Good morning, world. Sorry, not good morning. Excuse me, y'all. Ian,
Good evening.
Jamar,
Good evening.
Xavier, y'all should be laughing right now.
We know it's a
Oh,
habit, bro.
yeah, definitely to have it. That's funny.
Hello, man. Boy, I tell you. Hello and good evening, world. Yes, good evening. Yes, this is a special right here. Hello and good evening, world, and welcome back to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. As we embark upon on what will be another great episode this evening. Thank you all for keeping with us. Yes, well, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left some, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back. And for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so thank you for tuning in with us this evening as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. And in this case, this Monday evening. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, as well as additionally our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast Facebook page. Again, we have two pages, so our community page and then our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast Facebook page. You can also find us on Instagram at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD. Again, on IG at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify is the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, and Jones, as well as our guests for that weekend. So in this case, our brother Xavier Rice. Tonight is October 28th, 2024, and we have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world. What we saw our Chicago Bears get their heart broken yesterday afternoon in Washington, D.C. after a resurrected second half, after coming back from the dead in the first half and really, really playing hard for the final 16 minutes of that game to only let it go in the last 4 seconds of the game. Actually, the last seconds. But anyway, additionally, we saw the World Series take place. Two great game ones and game two. Guys, I don't know if you guys been in tune, but it's been a great World Series thus far. The Dodgers are up 2-0, and I know the Yankees have been kicking themselves on their way back to the Bronx. But I know game three is tonight, and that might be live right now as we speak. On the other hand, we saw a lot of firings take place in the WNBA. Stephanie White out as the Connecticut Sun head coach. Christy Size out at the head coach of the Indiana Fever. All type of turnover happening in the WNBA. And it makes me question, guys, is the only job safe right now currently in the WNBA is Caitlin Clark's. And so with that being said, we seen a lot that has happened in sports week. Myself, I had a great sports week until yesterday. I was 28-1, but now that's history. After I was pretty abysmal for this weekend. And with that being said, however, enough about me. Enough about the sports world. Let's get into our guests and let's get into my brother Jamar Goodman. Introducing my brother from another mother and my partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good, man. I got the World Series on the TV, the Monday Night Football on the iPad. I'm here with y'all, so I'm in a good spot.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. Yes. Additionally, introducing our guest for this evening, my brother, class of 2008. He is big in the casino world. He is a professional. He does a lot of hustles. He has worked and he continues to work at big venues, stadiums. He's big in the casino world. Hardworking man, always been a very intelligent brother since I've known him back at Morgan Park. Class of 2008, '08 the great. Mr. Xavier Rice, good evening, my brother. How are you?
Hey, thanks for the shout out, Brandon. Yeah, I'm doing well over here, man. Got the Monday night football game on. See my Yankees up here straggling behind, but you know we going, bro. We going. A lot to talk
Yes,
about.
sir. And so that lets me know the Dodgers are up. Okay, the Dodgers, they're not playing no games, man. Yes. And lastly, introduce him, my other brother from another mother, Mr. Ian Jones, aka Rod Tillwell, aka Peoples Hernandez. Mr. Ian Jones, good evening, my bro. What it do?
Hey man, how y'all doing? It's good to be back. Good to be back with the fellas for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Facts.
And so, with that being said, gentlemen, let's get into it. Let's get our tags going as well. And so, Jamar, as we get into talking about what's happened, we got to first start with our Chicago Bears recap. And so, Jamar, I know this might be a tough conversation. Might be a tough conversation for all of us, to be quite frank. But we got to talk about it, man. And so, Jamar, we're going to start with you, and then we're going to follow up with you, Xavier. Jamar, what are your thoughts from the Chicago Bears and what happened yesterday?
Do we really have to open this wound? Usually we get like, a good 5 days before we get to talk about it now. I mean, this is fresh, dog. Like,
man, oh my goodness.
I avoided I avoided pretty much social media. I watched it live. I pretty much turned the channel. And the crazy thing was I was so hyped, probably about 90 seconds 90 seconds prior to. I was hyped.
Oh man, I was so proud.
Dude, because like regardless of how bad the offense struggles, the defense, if we haven't learned anything, the defense will keep this team in the game no matter what.
Absolutely.
We would not get blown out. That's
Right.
evident from what we've seen in these games here. But man, that is so heartbreaking. And it's like time and time again, we find ourselves on the bad side of heartbreak. It just seems like we just destined for it. And Tyreek Stevenson, like, if I'm not, I mean, I think both of y'all was like kind of talking about it before we even started, but I pretty much know the same thing. Like this, like throughout the whole game, it would just seem like he just couldn't get out his own way between the penalties and just getting burnt and left and right. I'm sitting here like, bro, we lose this game, it's gonna be on you. That's what it felt like. And Lord and behold, the last play. And I didn't even really watch the footage of him particularly until later today, because I've heard about it, but I didn't watch it. But it's just like,
oh yeah, you finally caught it.
Yeah, man, that's like, dude, that's icing on the cake. And then I heard the press conferences today, and it's dude, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. And don't get me wrong, like the play before, I feel like shouldn't even happen the way it did anyway, to give them a chance for a Hail Mary. But but even still, like that's just bad. But I'll tell you this much. If this team is going to grow and be the team that we think they can be, I mean, these are the type of moments they're just going to have to like grow from, like fight through adversity and keep it moving. Like this is something you just can't dwell on and have the rest of the season just collapse because of something like this. You're gonna have to like keep it moving. You still got 2 more winnable games before the real heart of the schedule starts to take place. So I mean, you got the Cardinals next, which they're no pushovers. Winnable game.
I've been riding that wave lately. They've been giving me a lot of W.
They have. I noticed with the picks, like then their game-winning field goal, they was on the right side of heartbreak on that one. But anyway, yeah, man, they have to grow from this. Live and learn. Don't dwell on it. Keep it moving. You still got a lot of games left in the season.
That's really good encouragement, Jamar. To keep it. Yeah, I like that. And your thoughts, bro?
Oh Lord, where do I begin? Well, they're not stressing me out anymore. I'm no longer a fan. Funny.
He's kept that same energy.
Yeah. So funny story. I was out yesterday, so I didn't like really watch none of the game. But was out to dinner with my lady last night, and so the way I was facing, I could see the TV, So I seen the last touchdown they scored. So I said, "Oh, maybe the Bears gonna win this game." I said, "It's a good hard fought win." I said it was. I see the Commanders actually didn't score a touchdown to the Hail Mary play. So I was
Right.
like, defense played pretty good. I was like, pretty good game, I guess. So I'm sitting there, so I'm watching him run. I'm like, oh man, he finna throw a Hail Mary and game gonna be over. And as I'm sitting and I'm watching, I watch the ball get tipped and I watch him catch it. My mouth just dropped. I was like, I'm like, are you serious, bro? I just felt like nothing. That only happens to a Chicago team, especially the Bears. Like, it's no other way to describe it. And then to later on see the video of him trolling the fans, and then for him to be the one that didn't knock the ball down, you're the one that tipped the ball into his hands.
I'm
You
telling you, right?
you were trolling, not even paying attention to the play. Your back is turned while these guys are running down the field. Then you say, "Oh, I'm gonna run over here. Let me hit the ball." Yeah, you hit the ball and he caught it. Like, come on, bro. That's unacceptable on so many levels. Like on every level, from Pee Wee to high school to college to the NFL to hell to 37U to semi-pro 37U. That's unacceptable, man. I like Tyreek Stevens. I've been liking him since we drafted him. I think he's a good player, but
He
that's
is.
bi-
He done
that's
stepped up
that
to be a good
yeah
secondary, good second corner behind
yeah
Jalen
man.
Hurts. He has.
That's just unacceptable on so many levels. From the trolling to you're not even ready mid play. You ain't paying attention mid play.
Nope. They
The
they
game's
they
not
they at
over.
the 10-yard line. Then he started running towards him. G.
Yeah, and it's just
They me want
like
to take off my shirt and go crazy. G. I'm telling you, bro.
it's just like this has only happened to the Bears. And I was like, see, that's why I don't pay attention to them no more. They will give you a heartache. Like they will stress you out. You'll be in the hospital because of the Bears. I mean, imagine being on the sideline and watching that as a Chicago Bear. Like, oh man, we
Right.
got this in the bag. They gonna knock the ball down. Game over. We going home. We going home 5-2. Now we going back home 4-3 because you don't want to pay attention. And not to say, and it's not to say that we're gonna blame the whole. I didn't watch the game, but it's not to say that you can blame the whole game on one play. But damn. I mean,
Right.
that's
Right.
that's just it's just unacceptable. Um, you know, it's funny. I worked a little past Hallis Hall today. I actually passed Hallis Hall today on the expressway, which is crazy. When I was on my way home today, I said, you know what? He's probably getting cussed out right now in the meeting watching that film. Uh, it's just that's just unacceptable. I've never seen the things that I've seen happen to the Bears happen to nobody else. I mean, literally
Mm.
nobody else. And that yesterday was a clear indication of just only the Chicago Bears. That's only the Chicago Bears had the game won, and that they even had it on the national news. This just wasn't even on local news. This was on national news.
Oh, bro, it was on international news.
Yeah, man.
It made it over here, and that's
Yeah,
embarrassing because people
that's
start asking
embarrassing.
me. They started
Yes.
asking me in about stuff because I'm United States, but I'm Chicago.
Uh-huh. Yep,
So they
and you
come to
Chicago.
me, and I gotta explain
Yeah,
this stuff to people.
man, it's embarrassing. Young player, hopefully he bounces back. Big mistake, but that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I can't even say that's a young player or rookie mistake. That's just unacceptable. I mean, that's common sense. It's,
Unacceptable.
yeah,
I,
they
I
they always
can't.
tell
Nasty.
you play to the last second to the whistle is blown, and I feel like me and my friends talked about it earlier. I feel like we feel like the football guys didn't like that. You trolling the other team, the fans, and life hits you fast. And look, you the one that made us lose the game.
Mm-mm-mm.
And
Yep.
that's how the cookie
Mm.
crumbles. But it's,
Mm.
hopefully they bounce back. And hopefully this loss doesn't take the team into some type of turmoil where they just go like lose 4, 5
Right.
games
That's
straight.
so. I hope it doesn't, make
Yeah, so
things
hopefully,
continue to spiral downward, bro.
yeah,
Because
so
that could
hopefully they
very
don't
well
bounce
be.
back. Got this young rookie quarterback. Yeah, he probably had a rough game yesterday. I seen his numbers wasn't too good, but he probably had a rough game. But man, just get out of there with a win, and you in perfect position. He take y'all down the field, get the game winning touchdown, and we can't finish it. So
Right. Yeah. And
unfortunate.
so Xavier's, bro, give us your thoughts. And before I give us your thoughts, Xavier's, good evening, Jonathan. Good evening, bro. He says it's crazy being a Bears fan, but it's even worse being a Bears and a White Sox fan. Jonathan, before we even get started, you're going to get kicked off the podcast, man, because he
Oh
comes
man.
here clearly trolling.
That's he not lying, bro. That's the story of being a Chicago fan, bro. That's just being a Chicago fan. He not lying. But I'm gonna say I hated the game ended the way it did because it takes away from all the other mess ups we had throughout the whole game. For one, we coached scared from the beginning to the end. Defense to offense. They playing like they scared of Jaden Daniels running on them.
Come on, Xavier.
Like we didn't practice against Justin Fields all last year. He got broke ribs. Let him run up the middle. Hit him. All you got to do is hit him. They've been scared. When your secondary is out, they can't cover that long. My man's had 13 seconds back there in the pocket. Why do we got a spy on that midfield? My man's could be back there celebrating with the fans. He shouldn't have had time to get the ball down there. His ribs broke.
Bro.
You can't throw it 60 yards with broke ribs, bro.
Xavier, quick point, bro.
Yeah.
Jamar and Ian, Jonathan. Yeah. Why would the Bears? And this is why I'm gonna call it Matt, but at moments I don't like Matt. Ian, why is number 53 just standing there as a spy on the final play of the game? He's just standing there like a spy against Jaden Daniels. What, Jaden Daniels gonna run 75 yards, Jamar? He gonna run 60 yards, bro? Really?
I mean, against the Chicago Bears,
just send him at him. Don't just let him watch him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Against the Chicago Bears, it's possible. Anything is possible against Chicago Bears. After yesterday, anything is possible. He could have. He could have ran. He could have ran 70 yards and juked 10 dudes. I would not put it past him.
Then another thing with this cover too. We always got this bend, but don't. Why is they had a couple good catches, right? He had 2 catches that go for 100 yards. I know you look at the box score and see he threw for all these yards. Jaden Daniels didn't look that much better than Caleb yesterday throwing against that defense. They got bailed out a lot by Stevenson knocking people too hard. Like, he been messing up the whole game. Yeah, he gave up the last catch, but I can count like 3 personal foul penalties where we had stops and he just gave it to him at the 30. We was lucky to come out of there with only 15 points, but it really should have been like a 28-point win for him. So we got to the end and Caleb finally showed up, but I don't really think it's Caleb. Like, Waldron, what's going on with the play calling? I see my quarterback sitting there like this the whole game. We've been playing good with a tempo. We come off the bye week and everything we worked on, like, why the hell was Travis Homer and Gerald Everett back in the game after Komet then had two touchdowns and 100 yards the last 2 weeks before?
Right. Why didn't you feed him? Why?
It's like, I feel like this coaching staff, they get full of it. They get in their head like the same Mark Trestman and Nagy syndrome. Like, we got to get cute. Like, why the hell was a full? We got an old lineman trying to run it in from the 1 yard line.
Bro.
But we brought in Roshan Johnson as a power back. We learned our lesson on the last touchdown. You mean to tell me he couldn't have scored 2 of them from the 1? Like, we didn't have David Montgomery doing the same thing. So the whole talk gonna be about Stevenson, and I feel like he bailed out Eberflus and Waldron, and that's my problem because it was a lot of stuff that they did wrong. And then you look at the press conferences, Waldron talking about that 15 yards before the Hail Mary didn't really matter. My man's got broke ribs, bro. He wouldn't have been able to get the ball out to the 30. It would have been a hook and ladder show, and whoever come up with the ball, even if they won, I would rather take my chances with laterals than letting my mans get a shot from the 50. After all Aaron Rodgers been doing to us over these years,
come on,
Bears fans should know about that Hail Mary and what's going to happen when you the Chicago Bears. How many times you look up, we up 7 against Rodgers, we up 6, and then bam, bye-bye, on y'all. So that's all I'm going to say. It's frustrating that it ended on the Tyreek Stevenson thing, especially when we had 3 timeouts in our back pocket. You mean
Right.
nobody up in the booth looking at this idiot in the back of the corner,
Come on.
waving the fans that
That's
couldn't say
what-
timeout, get his ass out of here.
Xavier, this the part for me, bro. Like, if you the head coach, Shamar, you see this man doing what he doing, Ian, why don't you just say, hey, timeout, let me talk to this dumbass right here and get him focused. Because
He
he
got to come out the game.
And I can see if the clock
or
was
just
running.
take his ass out the game, man. Right.
Yeah, I can see if the clock was running, but we didn't let them get 15 yards in out of bounds for a last shot. You had nothing but time to call timeout. You could call all 3 of them. I don't like these looks. You know what? You know what, Keenan, you get out there. You big. You get out there in the end zone. Anything come your way, you go grab it. I mean, I'm just saying.
Field in a play like that. Receivers in the backfield in a play like that. Good point. How come he didn't?
You know, and it's like it's not his first time. Like he gets on the lead and start playing scared. Like your defense been, like Jaden Daniels been razzled the whole day. Like the defense they've been getting their yards, but then once you get down in the zone, that's it. He wasn't getting nothing. They got to get field goals. Why are we 30 yards deep, just letting them dink and dunk with 23 seconds left? Let them get something over the middle and go in the game. Sit on them for a little bit. Run 5 seconds off the clock. You know, they even Oregon just showed you how to do it against Ohio State a couple games ago.
Sure did.
Oregon
Great
showed
point.
you exactly what to do. Put somebody in the backfield, hit Jaden Daniels, give him that 15 yards, and I'll take my chances with Mariota. That's it. I mean, it's whatever it takes to get the dub. But I would say this to say that nobody in the NFL looks like they will beaters this year. The best 2 teams I see out there are the Ravens and the Lions. You know, everybody else in the NFL, I feel like if it's the year to go for it for the Bears, they keep talking about next year. If they need to make a trade, cut a coach, they need to do it now before it gets too late. Because the way it's looking right now, it's a lot of parity out there. But yeah,
right. And so Xavier, do you don't believe in the Chiefs?
I feel like, yeah, I believe in the Chiefs. Of course, I believe in Mahomes, but I feel like every game this year, they could have and should have lost at least 3 of them.
Yeah, you're right.
What it comes down to is,
if Jake was here, he'll say the same thing.
What it comes down to is coaching. And what the Bears lack. The Bears don't have a coach. Even the coach said he don't have no accountability. You know, he don't know how to look and say, yeah, I fucked that up. Oh, yeah, we didn't need timeouts. Timeouts for what? We got to look.
Right, exactly.
You know, whether you got, even they call a timeout to ice the kicker when in that situation. But you mean to tell me on a Hail Mary throw, we can't call a timeout to say, you too damn deep, get over here to the right, you know?
Right.
That's all. I'm saying the Chiefs look good, but the Chiefs don't scare me, even them undefeated.
But one thing the Chiefs do they got a great, of course they got Mahomes, but they still got a great head coach too.
They got a great head coach, which is why they'll
win a game like that. He will win that game.
Which is why they'll be there. He would have won this game, yes. That at the end wouldn't have happened, no.
Right.
But yeah, I still don't think the Bears are out of it. Like we just saw, Detroit came, they was cocky. You know, they knocked the Vikings off on barely on the last, you know. They barely beat the Vikings. The Vikings come out and lose to the Rams. Yes, the Packers look good against Houston and all them, but wasn't Houston missing their best receiver, number 1 receiver in the league that we shut down after the second half? So nobody in our division is unbeatable. Detroit's the best we got. But after that, I feel like the NFC is wide open, and so is the AFC. So I think some stuff they didn't show up during the bye week, and I feel like our bye week came at a bad time. It's way too early in the season. It ain't too much more they can do after that. So, yeah, we'll see. But like Ian said, I might be in the hospital because they're going to be stressing me out. I'm going to die hard over here. Yes.
Yeah, man.
That's we got these 3 receivers. And I feel like we don't give them the type of chances to even go up. We was talking about over the offseason, they're going to win all these jump balls. I don't see no 50-50 balls going to them. You know?
Right. You're right, man, because Caleb, I know he a rookie, but Caleb was definitely not in his bag yesterday. He got a groove in that second half, but y'all know, as y'all watch the game, he missed so many throws. Oh, my God. He overthrew Keenan Allen, or it was a lot. I'm happy to see him found his groove in the second half, and that lets us know about his grit, how tough he is. But boy, Caleb, if you can make some of those throws, baby, they would have probably beat the hell out of the Commanders yesterday if he made just a few of those throws.
Hey, but here's the thing: did he really play better, or did the Washington go to a prevent defense? Because when they was in that base defense, the same defense Houston used on us, my man's had 4 completions. Everybody get that lead and start playing scared. I hate that prevent defense. That's what it is, you know. It gives guys confidence. Once you start completing throws, now I can make every throw, you know. So
right,
yeah, jury's still out on Caleb. I like him. You know, he has made he did some stuff that I was impressed with, but you know, we still got a lot of learning to do. I'm not impressed with his deep ball. I wish we had like a lot of those deep shots that be open for a doomsday. I feel like my boy Justin Fields was hitting those shots. So we'll see with Caleb. He gotta get that deep ball going.
We definitely gonna see, man, because Caleb missed a lot of throws yesterday, a lot of them. But he's a rookie, and so we give him the benefit of the doubt because he was in a hostile environment, off a bye week, first time, you know, national TV game, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of pressure. Maybe it was some nerves there too. I feel like y'all.
Yeah, he was back home, family and friends watching. So.
And so, you know, he found his groove though, and that was a positive sign. But, man, you know, I hope he continues to grow, because it's important. His body language got to be that of positivity. He can't be on the sideline all negative when stuff going take down. Because he be being all in his feelings, because he be when stuff's not going the way it's supposed to go, and that's important as a quarterback. You got to have some positive energy, because I think, of course, that'll continue to feed to the rest of his guys. So yeah, gentlemen, for time's sake, we got to move forward, and so for NFL Week 8 recap, just want to know, Jamar, from this week, what stood out to you? Just anything that stood out to you from this week, and then we'll follow up with you, and then you, Xavier. Some you want to talk about right now, some you want to mention.
I'll tell you what's big. Oh, go ahead, Jamar. My fault.
No, you good. Matter of fact, I mean, if you want to go, you can go.
I was just gonna shout out my boy JJ Redick with them Lakers, because he brought that dog back out of Anthony Davis. That's it, man. I'm liking the way they looking right now. Anthony Davis with the 430 piece. You know, my boy Lonzo Ball, he back. He knocking down his 3 ball, and once he get back in the starting lineup, I'm gonna have my faith in those Bulls again. But that's all. Shout out to NBA for coming back hard.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, I felt like this past week was definitely a week of any given Sunday, but also the fact that, hey man, some of these teams are definitely who they thought they were. The Jets are trash. They
are poubelle.
My
trash.
Gosh, there's no way that you should be losing. In my opinion, it's probably the worst team in the league. The way that y'all did. And the fact that the best quarterback on that particular team, got knocked out the game, and you still end up losing, and you just acquired Devontae Adams not too long ago, like that, there's no way. They should be 2-6 right now. And then also, on the bright side of things, Jameis Winston, just watching him lead that team, like, how can you not root for the guy? Like, I would run through a brick wall for Jameis Winston. I would. Like, he just has that aura around him. I mean, you even seen it when he was with the Saints before he ended up with the Browns. So I know he has come a long way in his career, because I know the stint in Tampa wasn't the greatest. I mean, we ultimately called him 30 for 30, and that's not, you know, the best of nicknames you want in that instance. But I mean, the Browns, that was pretty much, you know, in the ground, and the Deshaun Watson era during that time before he, you know, blew out his Achilles the previous week. And now it just seemed like that offense is full of life. The whole team is full of life. They beat arguably the best team in the AFC. in the Baltimore Ravens. They really did look good. So, I mean, there's other things that I could highlight, but just those two things. Jets are trash, and happy for Jameis.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Shout out to James. I've been a big James fan. I've always said he can play football. They look good yesterday. Ian, bro.
Man, the Jets are trash. Um, A-Rod, it may be over for A-Rod. I think that Achilles probably took the years that he got left. He's not the spring chicken no more, so I don't think Devontae Adams is the remedy for their woes. I think they got deeper issues as well. Besides Aaron Rodgers, I think it's a coaching thing. I think it's a culture thing too. They haven't really had a consistent good team since probably the early 2010s. So we talking the Rex Ryan days. Um, I think they have a deeper issue. Man, speaking of Jameis Winston, how crazy is it that literally the play before he threw the game-winning touchdown, Kyle Hamilton dropped the game-winning interception the way he did, which is insane.
Unheard
I
Right.
of.
mean, that just show you that even going back to the Bears game, they just show you that football is a game of inches. I always play to the last whistle, play to the last second. Um, the Chiefs. What's so scary about the Chiefs is I don't think we've seen the Chiefs play their best game yet
Heck
on
no.
both
Right,
sides
of
of the
course, no.
ball.
No, not with Patrick. No, not yet.
But what the scary part is, I think Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid has learned to win games no matter the circumstance, no matter how they plan. I just feel like they have mastered how to win an NFL game. And they're not even playing their best. And that is truly scary because once they hit their stride, we might be looking at them in the Super Bowl again.
Three P.
Right. And the
Uh,
crazy part about it, Ian and Xavier, is we're not talking about them going undefeated. Generally when the teams go undefeated, we be looking at them, they be blowing people out like boom, boom, 40, 50 points. But the Chiefs just doing it, and we not
they're
even
just winning.
talking about them right now. Could we be talking about them another 5 weeks from now?
You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they got Marquise Brown coming back soon, and they just traded for DeAndre Hopkins. With those two right there,
All this man from the Patriots. What's his name, Jamar? Ubi. He like a
Uzi,
really good pass rusher from New England.
They got them today,
And
right?
yeah, they got him
yeah,
today.
Yeah.
And so I heard, from what I heard, it was a really good move.
yeah, their defense was already solid. We weren't worried about the Chiefs' defense. The offense was lagging behind this year, but they been hurt. And then the Rashee Rice thing. So I think Hopkins, once he finds his groove and Marquise Brown comes back with Pacheco, you might be right with that undefeated thing. But I was just saying, as far as right now, they look beatable. Nobody put fear in my heart this year.
Right. Now, I do want to
believe
shout
it.
out for the Chiefs, this rookie number 0, Worthy. That boy can fly, and he been balling for the
Yes.
Chiefs. So you putting him alongside with all them other weapons, that's a good amount to deal with. And so, yeah. Jonathan Abernathy stated that the Jets will finish the season 10-7. All right, Jonathan, we got you, we got you on record.
What are they 2-5 right now?
2-6.
They 2-6.
2-6.
And
So
so it's gonna be
So
really
8
interesting
and
man, to
1.
see what happens with the Jets.
So turn my
Um,
$10 into 10,000. What he saying, huh? 10 straight.
yeah,
get paid.
man. But you guys mentioned all these things that happened within week 8. It's been a lot that's happened in the NFL, but I just want to hit on what this man has stated, Jonathan, because that's where I was going, Jonathan. I mean, they put up a 50-piece yesterday. This team reminds me of like the 99 Rams, the 98 Vikings. And it always seemed to be these inside dome teams that play on turf. They just be flying down the damn. Not even mention all the moves that Daniel Campbell, this team, he's been very aggressive, always aggressive, always aggressive. I even heard that after Aiden Hutchinson got hurt, he was out there trying to get Pro Bowl defensive ends to still add to that roster. The man wants to win, period, and doing whatever he got to. Clearly, Aiden Hutchinson goes down, but have we even noticed he even been off the field? Have we noticed? This is how good the Detroit Lions are. And so you are right, Jonathan Abernathy. I just want to point them out. And I want to point out the NFC North. I think it's the best division of football this year, Xavier. You know, the Bears did what they did yesterday, but it goes to show the Bears are not just some little pushover team anymore like it used to be. They got some fight in them. And so they're going to be pesky with some of these teams in the NFC North. It's going to be some battles, and I can't wait to see them. It's going to be some battles between the Vikings and Bears, Lions, Bears, Packers, Bears, and it can't just be pushovers. The Bears are letting people know that at least right now. And so I'm excited about the NFC North. But like you say, Jonathan, man, them Lions, they looking tough, man. They are looking really, really tough. And they running it up on folks for real, for real. And so we'll see what happens with the Lions. But shout out to that whole team because players go down and they just continue to do what they do. And so with that being said, fellas, let us now move on to just we don't mind random thoughts. And so you mentioned as example the NBA, etc. I can start us out. The have been great. Shohei Ohtani, he got hurt yesterday. Well, 2 days ago, he hurt his shoulder. So I'm a little worried about that. But if they win tonight in Game 3, then LA winning the World Series. You know, say that again, Ian.
Series over.
It's over, yeah, because they know only
they win tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
I think,
and so I just want to point that out. It's been a primetime World Series seeing the Yankees and Dodgers. But we'll see what happens with the rest of the series. So that just was randomly on my mind. Gentlemen, you guys got any thoughts from random sports thoughts, random thoughts in general? What we want to talk about right now? Jamar, bro?
Go ahead, Jamar.
Oh, no, go ahead, Ian. What you got?
I got a couple. From the World Series, man, Game 1 to a walk-off grand slam, bro.
Classic, bro. That was a freaking classic, man.
That is insane. To have the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history, that is insane, bro.
Right.
I mean, insane, bro. Like that's like the unthinkable, bro. It's like stuff that you dream of as a kid. That was awesome to see. Colorado. It looked like they finally have arrived. Now the thought is maybe a little far fetched, but I did say in April. I did say I have them making the playoff. This might be a little far fetched, but I think they finally have arrived. I think we're going to start seeing some big strides in that program. Great seeing Lonzo Ball back on the court. Great seeing him, back on the court from, being off the court for 1,000 days. That's a lot of time. So, it was a good thing. And shout out to I probably won't say this a lot, but shout out to the Bulls for, staying on that marathon with them, having that belief in them. Because, a lot of teams, by this time, a lot of teams just would have gave up, released them, and,
buyout.
Just probably been by the wayside, man. He probably wouldn't even be in the league. So, shout out to the Bulls and Lonzo, man. That's real motivational. That's show you that you just keep going, and with God, anything is possible for sure.
Man, I give you that one. Like Lonzo, that's such a the journey to get back to this point. That's like great story. Now I know you say shout out to the Bulls, and it's like part of me wants to give him credit for doing the right thing, but I feel like the real underlying thing about it is trying to get this man trade value up so they can get rid of him. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I will not deny that. That's the thing too.
they better be careful. It's already reports out that the Spurs looking at him to pair with Victor for the long term. So remember, Lonzo's game ain't athleticism; it's his diamond. He Steve Nash type. So you
Yep.
put him with a superstar like Victor, and that might revive his career.
Like,
Look at everybody that left the Bulls, and as soon as they leave, Laurie Market is opening with 35 points. It's like Chicago
Bro, he
just
a
can't do right, bro.
dog.
We
He a
can't just do
dog,
right.
bro. Like he
you
is a
can't
dog.
get
Like
right,
Laurie just be man, bro.
dude.
Like
And he earned that
Y'all been
massive
seeing
deal.
Mooney. He look
It's
like
like-
a damn near Pro Bowler. Darnell Mooney. He was trash with the Bears.
That's what I'm saying. When they
Oh,
leave
well, I
Chicago,
wouldn't
it's like
say-
they get that second win. So I wouldn't be in a rush to get rid of Lonzo. We
Trash
done
with
paid
the
him this
Bears.
long. We
I
done
wouldn't
paid
say
him this long.
Mooney was I wouldn't say he was
He
trash. I just
He wasn't
think
trash, but
yeah, he balled one year. I just feel like when
That was his rookie year, right? It was his rookie year. He called us, yeah. But after
but-
that,
Yeah.
and he was
He got
like
hurt.
when
Well, he
Justin
got hurt.
when Justin first started, they had
Yeah.
some great chemistry.
Right.
And I felt like and that, whatever next year that was, I know he got hurt, but I just felt like they took him out the offense, and then he just wasn't getting the ball at all.
You know what? That was a product of Justin being, for one, our O line was trash. So he
Yeah.
had to get it out to the high read, which was always hell. DJ Moore right there. I'm gonna just throw it right there. He gonna catch it. So
Yeah.
that wasn't Mooney's fault. But you see when he got Kirk Cousins and Drake London taking the attention away, now
Yeah.
the real him come out.
he's an
Exactly.
excellent complimentary receiver. That's what he
Excellent
is.
compliment, right?
Great number 2 and 3
really,
receiver for
really
sure.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
Yeah,
Of course,
so,
everybody has a great career when they leave Chicago. Of course.
of course,
yeah,
of course,
gonna win
Well,
Super
I
Bowl.
would say
Damn.
majority when they in their prime.
you're right.
No,
not the
this is
older
facts
guys.
though. How many players is in the World Series from the Cubs and White Sox right now?
Hell,
Dude.
Rizzo starting for the Yankees.
Dude,
he
watching
got-
Kopech pitch for the man, that
right,
pissed
Kobe
me
Kopech.
off.
pitching for the dollars. Yeah, they out there.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
okay.
he was good with us. Like, and
Yeah.
they
At this
just
point,
let him
it's
go.
us. It's us from the Bears to the Bulls to the White Sox to the Cubs. It's us. No matter what we do, no matter who we get, it's always something. It's just always us.
Mm.
Maybe
But
Mike
so,
Stewart jinxed us.
Hey, there were reports out that Reinsdorf is selling the White Sox, so
He
we gonna
needs to
see
do
how far
something.
that go. So
So
maybe he
that-
can concentrate on the Bulls and make that one team
So-
better than trying to
So
balance
that-
both of them.
him sound like it's bittersweet. Initially, I was happy. I was very happy, but then I heard about the group that's trying to buy it, which means
What's-
there's a chance that the team might be moving away. Which at that point,
Mhm.
I'm like torn.
Yeah.
But this is
I
it's
don't
a
want us
Cubs
to
town
lose,
though. All the
bro.
money run through Wrigley, bro. All the money run through Wrigley.
I can't get down with Boys Town up there. I can't get
I
down
can't
with it.
either, but for Chicago, if they
That's the
gonna
one.
keep a team,
That's the one, Jamar.
that's the one. But if Chicago gonna keep a team, they worry about finances. It all run through Wrigley.
Yeah,
Nobody going to the
yeah.
DC like that. You
For
see a lot of
sure.
empty
They
seats.
not-
So a change might be good for them. Is all I'm gonna say. Maybe they go to Arlington Heights with the Bears, huh?
So I got a theory here of some sort. Like, is Chicago like was as great as I'm taking it all the way back to the 90s, as great as Michael Jordan was, and we talk about the greatness of Michael Jordan, but I feel like ever since then, it's like this city in general. I mean, there's been a few hot spots here and there, but in general, like as far as sports teams, like if we like are cursed because we
Well,
like just
Yeah.
Just
I really
use
feel like
it. like it just seemed like we just relying so heavily on that era. It's like it seemed like nobody's really doing exactly what they should be doing on a consistent basis to win around here. They just still living off that man. That's what it feels
Well, I
like to a
mean,
certain degree.
it's-
Wow.
I mean, except you got the Blackhawks. They had their run.
Yeah,
Blackhawks
they
had
did.
their run in the 2010s.
The Cubs besides that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but-
mean,
it's not consistent though. Besides the
Yeah.
Blackhawks,
There's
it
been
the
no
hasn't
sky.
consistency of nothing other than the Blackhawks since the Bulls. That's it.
And the Chicago Sky won recently, but I mean,
not consistent.
yeah, I
He
mean,
looked terrible this year. But
It's
I just
some bright
almost feel
spots.
like in some regard, the tradition is what makes us, but it's almost kind of like a gift and a curse because it's almost like we always behind, like on the sports side of things. Like traditionally, like because we got Wrigley Field. You got the Bears. The Bears are traditionally some of the best fans, in the NFL. But it's almost like that kind of hurts us too, because it's almost like the even with the Bulls, they still living off the '90s, and we had the Derrick Rose era, but he ended up getting hurt, so that didn't really last too long. And I feel like the tradition that we love so much kind of is our curse because the organizations they harp off of that, and it's just like, well, they're gonna do the bare minimum because they know we're gonna show up and we're gonna support
That's
through
a
whatever.
goddamn it.
And
yep.
so it's almost like I guess why you love us, but it's almost like the curse because you talk to these other you talk to other players in these other leagues, and they bring up Chicago and they just like nobody want to go there. Now we have a great city, as
Right.
far as
And
the food, places to live,
Dude,
to shop, to do any and
it's
everything,
amazing. It's an amazing
Yeah,
city,
yeah.
but
But
nobody wants to
sports
come there.
wise,
right.
everybody know the organizations are just they don't care.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was just gonna say, fellas, is like, could these players just not come to Chicago because they want to know about the organization? Y'all, could it be like crime? Could it be like stuff like that? Like, outside
I don't really
forces?
think it's the. I don't
Because
really
let
think
me
it's the
finish,
crime. That's
y'all.
everywhere.
Because
No, go
as
ahead.
example, remember when Carmelo Anthony all them was supposed to potentially come to Chicago? The big three was supposed to be in Chicago initially with
Yeah.
Carmelo, with LeBron, with D Rose, and it was supposed to be here. But part of what scared them off was what was happening in Chicago off the basketball court. It
I think
wasn't
that
the
was a D
I
management.
Rose
think that
thing
was
more than
cap.
it.
It was
I
more
think that was
so
a D
like
Rose thing more
city
than anything.
stuff,
D Rose didn't reach out.
the prices of stuff, like external forces outside, taxes, crime, traffic, all these different things.
See
And
that
so could that perhaps play a role sometimes, or have played a role
I
in
think the
people not wanting to
taxes
come to
probably is
Chicago?
one of the more
And the
legit
weather be
things
a
out the
factor
things you
too.
said.
The snow, all these other things. And then
Yeah, but I
Chicago
mean,
ain't New York. New York
yeah,
is
I
a
think.
way bigger market. So
Yeah, but I think those things are everywhere else. I mean, they could play a part, but I think those things are everywhere else. I feel like with the big three situation, I feel like that was more of a D Rose not wanting to. He just wanted
He
to beat those guys, so he wasn't willing
yeah,
to, basically kiss their ass.
he
And I
wasn't.
And
think
it's just,
I think that
yeah,
was I think that was more like the Kobe thing. Yeah, I'll go to the
yeah,
Bulls. They all use Chicago for leverage. Don't nobody want to play in the shadow of MJ. Because
yeah, that
it's
too.
hard to get out that shadow. They all intimidated. I would have thought LeBron with his ego would want to come challenge it, but even he know better. That's why he keep his number 23. But no, they all chasing the gold. They was never gonna come here. Same with Kobe. He said he would have came and but y'all gonna trade Luol Deng for me. So I'm gonna stay with the Lakers. So they all use Chicago as a ploy to get, for one to tie up our cap space to keep the Bulls down, while I have more competition, and then for two, the woman reading weather. LA and Cali and Miami is where they all want to go.
right,
Yeah.
warm weather, sunny beaches, stuff like that. And so Chicago's in the middle. And so, perhaps that could play a role in some of these players. LeBron probably saw also the potential for Miami compared to Chicago. And I mean, Chicago's great, but Miami got them beaches, man. And so,
But that starting five would
Yeah, I
have
mean
been crazy though. That's
I mean
Joe
that's
Kim nowhere
that's
at center.
that's gonna beat the snow any day.
It is
I
factual,
ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
factual, man. And so,
We ain't got no
next year,
hurricanes though.
No, we don't.
yeah,
That's facts.
No, we don't.
So
Not too
mentioning
many
Chicago
tornadoes.
teams, fellas, it's a very, very interesting subject, and we're gonna continue to see who's gonna be that next dynasty in Chicago. I hope it's soon, man. But
If
no,
if the Bears play their cards right, I think the Monsters can be back. Our defense, like I say, our defense,
Defense is nice.
the
Legit.
defense is nice. I'll put them up against anybody in the NFL, and we'll be able to keep it close. Can we get the big boys in the trenches? The problem that Colorado had that Coach Prime solved. Shout out Ian for bringing it up. Once they start protecting Shador, now they got 6 wins, and the sky's the limit. I think Travis Hunter might take the Heisman.
That's a heck of a Heisman race.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
That's a three-headed race right now.
Yeah. So
Got
the
him,
Panthers,
Cam Ward,
the Panthers
Yep,
still looking
and,
bad.
Gentry.
Yep.
Yeah. Gentry, do you think they'll give it to a running back?
I mean, he's on pace to
but
break Barry
consistency.
Sanders' record. I mean,
That's
He'll break the
insane.
record, but how far would they get though? And would they be a playoff contender at Boise?
Right.
Yeah, probably. So they would probably be like a 12 seed if they run the table.
If
What-
they
I don't know
were to
their
get
record,
in,
though.
they have to be undefeated. Well, one loss
what-
probably is too much for them.
Yeah.
but should
I
that
know they
really
lost to
factor
Oregon
in?
already.
'Cause, I mean, Jay Daniels got it last year, and LSU was nowhere near contention.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Jaden
the
Daniels.
I think the thing that will get him to win it with Boise State is maybe his consistency every week because he hasn't
Yeah.
missed a week, hasn't been hurt. I think that'll be the thing. Well, you got to push your door in there too. So I think the thing for Travis is, of course, we've never seen nobody play. We've seen players play both sides of the ball, but
Not at this
not
level.
every play both sides of the ball. Like sparing defense here, sparing offense there, but he's playing literally every play of the game. So I
Cover
think
top
that'll
guy.
get him that. And with Cam Ward from Miami, I feel like his consistency as well. And I feel like if they run the table, I mean, it's gonna be hard. And then let's just say if Colorado runs the table for the rest of the year, I mean, you have to push your door there. I mean, he just threw for 300 yards the other night. I mean,
I
somebody got to give Travis the ball. So I
can
feel
agree.
like those four
I-
it's really those top three. But if they run the rest of the table, you got to push your door in there.
I give you that. I feel like it's Cam Ward's to lose, only from the simple fact that the U, like
Yeah,
he's bringing the U back. Like that's the
Yeah.
story within itself. Like college football, I don't care what anybody says for the last 15 years, but college football is better when the U is relevant. That's just what
Yep.
it is.
Yep.
So
Miami, Florida, the Gators. That game was always one to watch every year.
every year. Now it's just like it's non-existent.
Yeah, it was a
I mean,
blowout
to be-
this year. It was awful to watch. I
I
watched
mean,
it.
to be honest, all the Florida teams was, Florida State, Miami.
State.
Those are the three big dogs. Now they just, I mean, well, like you say, Cam Ward, he didn't brought Miami back into prominence now. So
But Florida
I don't know
State's
if
a
they-
joke, and Florida is too.
dude, Florida
Yeah,
State tapped
yeah.
out after what they went through
I
last
mean,
year.
they were 1-6, 1-7. I don't know what they something like that.
Dude,
yeah,
after they
he on the
they
verge
got
of getting fired
awful.
probably.
Awful.
And what's
Awful.
crazy is, so what's crazy is I'm gonna paint a scenario. So coming out of high school, what school was Travis Hunter committed to going to? He was committed to go to Florida State.
Florida State.
So let's just think if he goes to Florida State, Jordan Travis never gets hurt, they go undefeated, they could be in the national championship last year.
That shit.
That's just crazy how life goes. Then on top of that, okay, so they lost to Georgia, right? Lost to Georgia in the
They
playoff.
got blew out. Yeah, remember?
Yeah, they got
It
blew
was
out.
ugly.
Yeah, smooth.
So the two schools that Cam Ward was going to look at is Miami and Florida State. They end up picking DJ. I think they end up getting DJ. and the rest is
Right,
history.
right. And DJ, I feel that he's a big disappointment for college
Yeah,
football.
Eesh.
he's
Yeah,
regressed as it's crazy.
he regressed so bad. Maybe it was just Florida State. I don't know. But uh anywho, fellas. Yeah, and bro. You was just speaking, and from the looks of the segment, it's time for Ann's basement, bro. And so
Yeah.
we curious to know, bro, what you got for us, man? What you got for us this evening?
Yeah, I do have one question. So, basketball is back around. It might be a little early, but who is y'all dark horse to win the MVP this year?
Ooh.
Okay, so Jamar, you go first. Xavier, then I'll follow up.
Dark horse for MVP. Hold on, give me.
I have one, but I don't want to jinx them though.
Hold on, give me a second. I ain't gonna lie, you got me on the spot on that one.
Because the way he came out there first, now I was like, oh shit.
So, I mean, the way I put it to you like this, I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about, and based on how he was disrespected this past summer and how he didn't even win Finals MVP, that man is playing with a mission. Like I kid you not, he is.
Yeah, that them shots he was shooting, man. I mean, they was just beautiful.
So that's Brandon Boy right there.
I'm like, beautiful. When I saw him in, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like in. He was good.
I was like, man,
good.
And he's playmaking too. On top of that,
yeah. So he might take this season personal. I would say Jason Tatum and another one, but I feel like if he has a big year, that he ain't gonna get recognized. Anthony Davis.
That's my
And
pick
I
for this
figured,
year.
you just heard me, Ian, say somebody from the Lakers because the Lakers look good thus far. And like you just mentioned at the beginning, Xavier, shout out to JJ Redick.
Anthony Davis. Shout out to JJ. He knows the Lakers to get there, they're gonna run through Anthony. So
it ain't
if the Lakers start the year hot, in LA, that media market, if the Lakers are up there, they gonna have an MVP candidate on that team. Between him and Tatum's problem is he still got that point guard over there that felt disrespected too, that didn't make the Olympic team. I still might think Jaylen Brown might run it back over there. So, they got a lot of disrespect over there going on with Boston. So they'll be back up there, and I don't think Jaylen Brown's going nowhere either. He took a little backseat game one, but after that he came right back on fire game two. So he won Finals MVP. Why not League MVP?
Right. I got one, fellas. Y'all just give me y'all thoughts, but what about Luka Doncic? He got Klay Thompson now. He got a lot of weapons over there, and all that's gonna do is just free him up to be one-on-one.
Yeah, and more triple doubles.
He gonna get his buckets. He gonna get a lot of buckets. And so I'm just putting that out there right now, fellas. If I had to pick somebody right now, I might go.
Nah, that's another goal for sure.
I might go.
Yeah, if Lively can keep up his play as big man, like I said, if they can defend like they were, I don't see why not. Why not Luka?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another one I might say is my favorite player. My favorite player right now, besides, of course, Dame, LeBron, and DeMar. Another one, I just don't know how the team is gonna be, but I would say don't sleep on Anthony Edwards. But I don't know how the team is gonna perform. They just traded Cat. They got Julius Randle. Him and Julius Randle, they put on the show a couple nights ago. So
yeah,
I will see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Right, and that's interesting though, Ian, because you mentioned Julius Randle. Somebody just was on the page, Xavier, saying that Julius Randle actually gonna be coming out with a vengeance this year himself. And so you
I
mentioned that
believe
it's
it
like,
when I see it.
okay, all right, and so you just got to be consistent, Julius, not get injured too. But
Yeah.
what was you gonna say, Jamar?
No, that's one of those. I believe it when I see it with that man.
Right.
For Julius
Yeah.
Randle, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Same here.
He can have them good flashes. He not consistent, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Even this
Yep.
year, he had 17 points the first game, and
But that
turned
one
back
night,
around and turned
he
it
had
up.
what, about 34?
Yeah, you got if he can be consistent,
Yeah.
if he can average 25 and a double, like I say, his spacing should be better with Gobert than it would be with Gobert with Towns. So we'll see.
Can he play some defense?
He don't
Yeah.
got to.
But can he be relevant
He don't
when it
got to.
matters come April plus?
Because
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Jokic don't play a lick of defense, and he up there every year, top 3 in PER. So
Man, Jokic, he's special. He on
He's one of
he on a
one.
different he on a different stratosphere.
Dude,
Yeah.
who do you know like that good, but that plays below the rim that nobody can stop?
they can't stop him.
Nobody.
He's not explosive. He ain't fast.
Nope.
He just
Yeah,
outthinks you and crafty and smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jamar, was that your pick for MVP?
Who?
So we was talking about a dark horse. So did you give us a dark horse?
I guess technically I didn't. All right, this I guess this one here is like about as dark as it gets, but I mean I love the guy's game. I mean tonight he definitely put on the show. Paolo Banchero.
Paulo Banchero is an interesting
A
one.
dog.
'Cause he
He
can
had
ball.
37 in the first half tonight.
Damn, I didn't see that.
I said damn too. I literally said damn when I saw Jamar's post. I said damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with maybe because of their market, but the NBA doesn't put that microscope on him. But he's slowly, well, I wouldn't even say slowly. He's rapidly turning into a superstar, and I don't think
Exactly.
a lot of people know because they're not they don't have a lot of nationally televised
Exposure in
games.
Orlando, yeah.
But
But
I
that team
mean,
is really
I
good.
think,
They are.
I think after this year or during this year, we gonna start seeing them on TV, especially if they make a run in the playoffs or knock somebody up. I think after this, maybe during this year, later on this year, we gonna start seeing them on national TV for sure. Gotcha.
Guys, I pointed out, and so yeah, he scored 50, y'all. Banchero, he put up a 50 piece. And I stated that I believe that the Orlando Magic will be a serious threat in the East this year. I hope that turns out to be true. Paulo Banchero is a magnificent player, and he got some help over there, man. And so just a lot of guys we don't know about, but they are very solid ball players. They just international guys, fellas. They just German and stuff like that. But they're nice,
They are.
But hey, on the other side though, I'm gonna have to put this out there. I'm gonna shout out John Morant for giving the work to my Bulls tonight. I still think it's a chance we run it back with the number 1 pick. Cooper Flag look good in that red jersey.
Dude, Cooper is a monster.
Yeah, Cooper
Yeah, I've
Flag
been
gonna
hearing
be
about
our
that
hope.
kid.
That's worth tanking for. I don't care.
It is. We always in the middle. I feel like this is our year to do it. If we gonna trade him, we might as well go on and go down to the bottom and try to kick Cooper.
Right. And so
I
FYI,
wouldn't
fellas.
be mad at it.
Me neither. I would love to have Cooper Flag. Absolutely. Bulls up 122-117. And
They came back.
Levine
They were
going
getting
off.
smacked initially.
They was getting smacked.
Yeah.
I ain't checked nothing up.
But y'all know we never out of a game, man. When Kobe White get a few shots, all that boy got to do is see one of them go in.
Levine with
turned it
30,
around
White
quick.
with 20, Vooch
Levine
with
out
22,
there going off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Io in double figures.
Yeah, and shout out to Josh Giddey. Just small stuff. Triple double. I was so happy when they picked him up. He ain't none flashy about him. He just one of those players.
What?
You know?
So what makes me mad is so like John Morant didn't play tonight at all. But like why is like Desmond Bane as good of a shooter? Like there's no way. Like I'm just thinking about this from a logical standpoint. Like all that man is really good for is shooting. This man got 28 points, 6 of 9 from 3-point land. Like how do you not stop this guy? He can't do anything else, in my opinion, but shoot. But he's the lead scorer for the Grizzlies. Like,
he got
what
the
are
big
you
muscle arms, man. He be hitting them weights, bro.
Yeah, he got T-Rex arms. He can't, man. Dude, my wingspan probably longer than his.
He's short. You're right, man. He just, I don't know. It's a good point. I looked at him. I'm like, how is he in the NBA? But I'm like, all right, I see he can shoot. He can hoop. And so, just efficiency, I guess, man. Like,
I guess it just comes from effort, I guess.
Hey, shout out. Like, I think one of you all shout him out the other day in the chat, but Scottie Pippen Jr., man, that dude been hooping.
Yeah, he got 14
and 10 assists. He ball off the bench.
Double. Yep. Scottie Pippen Jr. That's a really good story, man, because a lot of NBA players' kids never pan out.
Heck no.
Bronny James, huh?
Bronny in the league. Marcus Jordan out here sniffing cocaine in Italy.
Oh God. Hey Jamar. It's Monday, bro.
Just saying.
Oh my goodness, man. Like it's just, a lot of these NBA players' kids be wilding out, man, just going crazy out here. And so like shout out to that kid, like isn't his mother a Vixen woman, right? The old lady that Scottie Pippen was dating, that was dating Future.
Yep, and what's that NBA player name?
She was dating an NBA player too?
Yeah, it was. I think they was teammates actually at one point. Was it Beasley?
Oh, yeah.
Malik Beasley?
Oh wow.
It was somebody of the sort. Like it's wild. Like so, Scottie Pippen Jr. must be mentally tough. Lady. Do you know how mentally tough that man got to be?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, right?
That's deep.
She out here.
Right. And then lastly, y'all, before we get out of here, I want a special shout out to Dwayne Wade on receiving his statue. But I need people to leave him alone with these jokes. I've been seeing it on social media. I've been seeing it even on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast page. Lowlifes posting pictures.
Not lowlifes.
Literally, lowlifes posting pictures of Dwayne Wade compared to Antoine Walker, compared to Denzel Washington. Like, leave Denzel Washington. He ain't got nothing to do with that man and his statue. Leave Denzel Washington alone. Like, people just need to stop.
But that statue, man, I don't know, man.
Like, just, yeah, I know the statue ain't the best, but
who be coming up? Like, who thought that was a good idea to present that?
I want to see how they approved it. Like, I guess it's financial. Like, you spend so much money, and if it don't come out the best way, it's like, damn it, oh well, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Just like AI statue, that little miniature, little sculpture they did that you could probably buy off the shelf at Walmart. Like what are they doing?
Lately, these statues have been trashed. Lately, they have been terrible.
Yeah,
they have, right? Like, Dwayne Wade deserved a better statue than what he got. It looks awful.
Dude, I think Dirk's statue. I think that fadeaway was like so lean back. I don't think he recovered from that one. I think his Achilles broke off of his fadeaway.
And like, what's up with all these statues, man? And so, yeah. And so, fellas, man, any final thoughts or shout outs, gentlemen, as we head into Tuesday? As we head into the rest of our evening. And Xavier, appreciate you rocking with us, bro, giving us a good hour, 10 minutes of your time, plus. Appreciate it, man. And so, Jamar, bro, start with you and Xavier's. Any final thoughts or shout outs as we head into the week?
Well,
as we head into the evening.
Well, first and foremost, shout out to Xavier for joining us. Appreciate you. Definitely
Yeah.
stopping by. I mean, shout out to, in my opinion, the best sports month of the year in October, where you got the equinox going on right now with all four major sports playing. And as I stand up and watching the Yankees getting smacked once again, this definitely good vibes, good times. And the fact that we're doing it on a Monday night, this is different for us, but
right.
I'm glad. I like this. I like different. So
yeah. Nice. Great. Yes. Monday night sports podcast. So, and bro, any final thoughts or shout outs we head into Tuesday?
Man, shout out to us. Shout out to Xavier for coming on with us tonight. It's different, but it's a good episode, man. Good episode. Man, just try to enjoy all the sports. Baseball, basketball, football. They all on right now. Take your pick.
Right.
And let's have a good week. Just have a good week for the rest of the week for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Xavier's, bro.
Hey, shout out to you guys, man. It's been about a year since y'all had me on last time, and y'all still going strong like a good barbershop talk. It's always something to complain about with sports, so y'all come with the heat, man. I appreciate y'all for having it. Keep up the good work y'all got going.
Xavier, appreciate you,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Man, you got great insight, bro. You are definitely a sportsman. You know your stuff, and it's a pleasure to talk with you because it makes the conversation flow. Like we get to talk sports so much, Jamar, and like this hour, 15 minutes go by pretty quickly, man. But yeah, I appreciate you, bro, coming on. Everybody just have a blessed evening. I am disappointed to see the Yankees literally be down 4-0. I expected a greater series than this. I'm kind of disappointed, y'all, because this is LA, this is New York. This is supposed to be a 7-game series, right? At least that's what it's supposed to be, y'all, in my mind. But it's looking like LA is just what I thought they would be. Like before we went into the season, fellas, we looked at LA, all of us, and we seen the moves they made in the offseason. They made some moves. The Yankees did too. The Yankees got a big payroll too. But the Dodgers, they went and got guys from Japan. They went everywhere. And it's looking like it's paying off here. And so we'll see what happens with the rest of this series. But I just on the whole. And so, anywho, y'all. So with that being said, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you all for tuning in with us this evening. Continue to chop it up with us and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. We are here and would love to do so with you. Your love and support is truly appreciated, and we hope you all have a blessed and safe evening. Peace.
Peace.